LA's music scene, it doesn't move without storytellers, the people documenting the moments, maybe breaking artists, and connecting the city ultimately. And today's guest is one of the rare ones who's actually doing it. And this episode, we're going to talk about the evolution of Rosecrans Vic's career from blogging, covering local artists, through Rosecrans Media, transition into radio, podcasting, brown bag. We'll probably get into all the shows that maybe people don't really know that lead up to what you're doing now. And, maybe some advice. Ultimately, we're here kicking game. So the idea is to leave the listeners with, some knowledge or some game they could, take home and use it with whatever their journey is. But I'm your host, Twoogees. Today we have Rosecrans Vic. Thank you, bro, for coming.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Kickin Game, Twoogees, Rosecrans Vic.
We're here. I met you. We met at a hat club shoot.
Yep.
Earlier in the year.
Mm-hmm.
But actually, bro, I've been following you since you were blogging. You had your own website, Rosecrans Media, or maybe 562 something.
Yeah. So, Rosecrans Ave. I just got it tatted on me, Rosecrans Ave. rosecransave.com. That's where I started. That was like 2014. Originally, I'm from the 562, so that it was like, let me like cover LA, like what it is to me, these local artists. Like, I was super inspired by Fake Shore Drive, which is a blog from Chicago that just covered local artists, but those local artists soon became national artists, Chief Keef, G Herbo, everybody else that came after, Lil Durk, you know what I'm saying? Like, the first people to ever cover them was Andrew Barber at Fake Shore Drive. And I'm like, wow, that's amazing. Like, you could just hyper focus on one specific region and be the expert in that. And then those artists can blow up. And now you're an expert because you're the one with the connections to them, and you're kind of like a pipeline. I saw that and I was like, I want to do that for LA. You know what I'm saying? So that was like my original start. Taught myself how to write. I was in college, but really just taking like radio and TV and like marketing classes. Like, I was like, I don't give a fuck about the general ed. Like, I was like, bro, I'm just going to take what I want out of this and learn it. Production, stuff like that. Like, I was just learning that and used all that to like start my blog in 2014. And here we are like 11, 12 years later.
Yeah, so you interviewed one of the homies, one of, rappers coming up. You probably anybody that was doing anything at the time, you're probably just, let's chat.
Yeah, for sure.
At that same time, or actually a little before that, we came out of the blog era with rap. I'm sure that probably inspired you. And
I was at like the tail end of it. Like, and I was aware. Like, I was like, I don't think this shit's gonna last forever, but I need a brand. My main thing was like, it'll start as a blog, but like, I need to establish my own brand.
So at 2014, I entered college and I'm working at a radio station.
Ah, okay.
So that's the little connection here. And what intrigued me was, like, you started off writing. I even think currently in your Instagram, like you're under like a journalist. You probably could be under 5 different categories.
Yeah.
But that intrigues me as well. And I have a similar like interest, but I kind of translated it to like sneakers.
I see.
Ultimately went down the sports route. Is it true you were like, if it wouldn't be in radio, you would do something in sports?
Yeah, my original dream was Sports Center anchor. 100%. That's what I want to do. I saw Stuart Scott and I was like, I want to be like Stuart Scott, And so that was my original kind of dream because I grew up playing baseball and baseball was my life and sports and shit. And then when I realized, I got to college and then I realized like all the ex-athletes are taking all those jobs. So I probably shouldn't go down that lane.
Shit, that's true now, yeah.
And you know what I'm saying? And it's true. And no shade to them. They're doing great. And nobody knows the game better than them. I'm also aware that, like, bro, what the fuck am I going to tell Shannon Sharp? What the fuck am I going to tell Ocho Cinco about being a wide receiver? I'm just realistic like that. But I can be an expert in something else.
Yeah.
And music, there's no barrier for entry. And that's what intrigued me. On top of the fact that I loved music was like the backbone of my life. I just never thought I would do it as a career until I kind of looked around. I was like, I want to do journalism. Do I go sports? Do I go music? And I'm like, you know what? Sports is a big barrier for entry, I feel like, because you have to like Also probably move around the country. Like I thought about all this stuff at a young age. And then I'm like, music, I could just, start talking to rappers and producers and put myself in the game. Nobody has to put me on, or I don't have to, go to all these places. I can just hyper focus my attention and learn. It's open season. And we live in LA. It's like, bro, there's music shit everywhere.
That's what's so good about music. It's like, it's subjective. It's like that's a great, I never even thought about that, because in sports we talk about barriers and entry points.
Oh yeah.
Or even for like participating for kids nowadays, right?
Yeah. Try playing hockey if you're broke. It's not gonna happen.
Golf, tennis,
tennis.
No, that's facts.
Like,
that's true.
There's barriers for entry and everything.
But music, no matter your race, where you come from, what you do, there's something that you could you don't start off as an expert. Like you probably learned, and you're figuring out how to write. You're figuring out how to cover stories.
Yeah.
You go from, let's stay on the journalism.
Yeah.
I feel like at an early age, I was kind of gravitating towards things. Like I didn't know what I wanted to do, but I knew like I was a talkative kid in class. I could speak well. I was a captain on, I wasn't the best player, but I was like the one where coach would tell you, get him in line. Yeah. So I figured like talking is something like that. But with you, was it more writing and stories? Because you came from an era before me where the short form video shit is new. That blog, the blog and the laptop is really where artists were breaking.
Yeah.
So what was that calling for you? Was it voice and radio, or is it more story?
It was story for sure at first. Like I don't know what it was, but whenever I was like in school, like English, language arts, it always came so easily to me. Spelling, like I would get 100% on my spelling test every week, never study. Like that was just so like second nature to me. And whenever we did stories, like we had to write, creative writing, whatever the exercises we did in class, like I would always just have the best time. I loved reading. These are all things that I just naturally gravitated towards. I didn't think it would be part of my life necessarily, but when it was time to like start thinking about what am I going to do with my future, I'm like, well, I'm already good at this. It feels like God-given talent to write. People have always told me, teachers, my parents, whatever. I wrote like notes to my family, like, oh my God, you're such a good writer. Just stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then so it kind of gets installed in your brain like, well, maybe I'm good. I thought everybody wrote like this. But you don't know. You know what I'm saying? You don't know the difference between other people's shit and your shit at first. But I kind of always had an affinity for it, and I enjoyed it. It was never so much of a chore, like, oh, look, now I have to read, now I have to write. Like, it was pretty easy to me. So I just always loved it. And, when it comes to, like, I guess radio or, like, podcasting, whatever it was, mind you, I feel old as hell because, like, I kind of started my shit before podcasting was really a thing. Not that it didn't exist, but nobody was, like, on it. Like, my original thing was, like, I want my own radio show. Then podcasting started. Then somehow I ended up on my own radio show. But, it's kind of like took like a little loop-de-loop because I couldn't even dream about being on a podcast or having my own podcast. It wasn't really a thing.
Yeah, and I think there's a good point in that too. If like whoever's listening, like if you have a calling or if you have a feeling, it's you should probably follow it because that shit might not even exist right now. Like what if you're just like you have some itch in you and you're out there creating stuff, and in 3 years this new platform pops up, or like a previous episode we were talking about have you heard of Whatnot? The Whatnot app?
No.
Apparently it's like the newest shit with like vintage snapback, like round 2-ish era stuff. Okay. But it's like live bidding. People will hold up like a hat and people are on their live bidding. It's like TikTok mixed with eBay.
Oh, it's pretty tight.
But anyways, like, some young kids talking about like, it's a game changer from when round 2 shut down to now, But ultimately, I think like I'm a big champion, or like I do speakings to high school kids now. Of,
nice.
Like, whatever I call it the itch, but whatever that itch is, like I think that's a sign to follow it.
Oh yeah, I think that's like, I have younger siblings, and I have like younger people that will like look up to me and kind of just ask me like, so what do I do? Like, what should I do like in life and this and that? Like, where do I start? And I always tell people the same thing. You already know what you want to do. You're just afraid to do it.
I feel like people.
I have that mindset. Like everybody knows what the fuck they want to do, bro. It's the thing that you think about when you wake up. Everybody's just afraid. Most people are just afraid to do it.
And I feel like they wait for a confirmation.
Yeah.
Or like, at least you're right. Like I know what I want to do. And we all be victims of it sometimes, or you try not to be. But I find myself when I'm in like that mode, it's like, I just want someone to agree with me. But ultimately that ain't how you should be moving.
No.
You know, like you have to move how you should be.
Be delusional.
Yeah.
That works,
no,
man.
for real.
I can't say it doesn't because I would have been so delusional starting at a city college, right? I went to Long Beach City College. I didn't go to like Long Beach State or anything, to think like one day I'm gonna be hosting the morning show at Power 106. Like that's delusional. Like if I were to tell my professor that, they're gonna be like, yeah, sure. I wasn't the best radio kid in my class. I wasn't top of when I was in college, I was like still like, fuck, dude, like fucking college, man. Like, I wasn't really giving it my all until like I had my son. That's when like life really started for me. It was like, boom, now I don't have a choice. Now I have to like work my ass off. I can't be complacent. You know what I'm saying? But again, be delusional, because like, bro, none of this shit is realistic. We're on a fucking floating rock, bro.
None of this shit
universe.
is realistic.
Like, nothing is realistic. You know what I'm saying? Like, all this shit is like, we all have to be delusional. Find some realistic, goals, but be delusional about what you want to do. Like, it sounds unrealistic sometimes, but it happens every day.
You say you going back to college a little bit, it sounded like you were able to explore and kind of figure out, is that even in like a community college, like once I jumped into college after high school, that's when I started exploring, and I felt like, I don't know if this is the same for you, but I was interested in like entertainment or theater, if I'm being honest, acting, but it was like not the cool thing. Like I was also playing sports, and it's like, that wasn't the cool thing. However, I went to college, didn't know anybody else, and I felt like free to learn and roam and just try an acting, a public speaking class, communications. Was that a similar kind of experience for you?
For sure. So I went to Downey High, and the like automatic school, like community college is like Cerritos High, like Cerritos College, sorry. Damn near Cerritos High. Cerritos College, everybody will go there. So like if you didn't get into like Cal State Long Beach or Fullerton or wherever you want to go, you go to Cerritos College. I had zero interest in going there because I felt like it was high school part 2. So I'm like, okay, let me go a little bit further. I'm probably gonna know less people. I'll probably run into some people I know, which I did. But I was like, let me go here, because kind of that, right? I had an interest in writing even in high school, and there was no journalism class, but there was yearbook, which was sort of, you write stories, you put things. It would essentially, you're making like a
you could finesse that something into what you want to do.
That's pretty much like what the equivalent was. Maybe now they have some sort of journalism shit, but at the time they didn't. It was just yearbook. I had always kind of like thought about like maybe I should join yearbook, but high school is so cliquey, like you said, like that wouldn't have been cool. You know what I'm saying? And that wasn't my focus. My focus in school was really just being cool and like, you know what I'm saying? Which is stupid, and I didn't like go above and beyond. Like the cool thing at my school was like to take drugs, and I was scared to do that. So like, it was like, but I didn't want to be known as a yearbook kid, because to me it was like a thing, or an ASB kid, because that was like its own clique.
Yeah. And
so, when I went to college, I was like, bro, I'm going to explore like all the journalism shit. So I really started a newspaper. It's my first semester. And then I was like, this is a dying medium.
Oh, shit.
I did it, but it was also so boring because of the writing style. It's very news.
Traditional, probably on how it,
Don't mix in any flavor in here. Just give us what we want. So I was like, okay, this is boring. I took a semester, but I was glad to like know, and I got my article published, and that was like a good feeling, you know what I'm saying, in the paper. So I'm like, okay, that's cool. Then I went to like the radio and TV department. I was part of the news. They had like, it was called like IE News, Informative Entertainment News, and worked with this guy named, I believe his name was Robert Hirsch. He was like the professor there, and he had been the director for like the Grammys and stuff. So it was like cool to be around him and learn, production side, being behind the camera, working the Chiron, being in front of the camera, working the camera. I told them, I was like, I want to be the anchor. So now I'm reading off the teleprompter. And so I'm like, oh shit, okay, this is harder than it looks. You know what I'm saying? Like all that shit, learning what, stage manager does, all these like kind of things behind the scenes that I've been able to like carry with me. But I did that, and I was just like, I didn't like that I wasn't saying what I wanted to say, because I wasn't the person writing what I was saying. That was kind of frustrating, because I'm like, I would never say that shit. You know what I'm saying? And so, but it was good to learn. And so I just kind of always I was trying everything, bro. Like I tried every department in there, every class, like that whole radio and TV department. I probably took damn near every class.
And that's important, because then you learn what you're good at, but you also learn mainly what you're not interested in, what you're not good at, what you don't want to do. And that's more important, because
it is.
You never know. Like, no, exactly.
Yeah.
And you have an interesting story. So, the highlight, my main purpose, or what I'm taking from your college journey, is like you took advantage of those moments and got what you needed from it. Because I was in college. I have a master's degree too. I don't got to flex on them, but I also know it's not for everybody.
Yeah.
I would never push a kid down that lane, because I know how difficult it is. But on the other hand, it's like, if you do go down that route, it's up to you to make the most out of that shit. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I think a degree isn't for everybody, but education should be for everybody.
Boom. That's end right there. You have a funny story about, if we could fast forward a little bit, you have an interesting story too. I want them to hear about your Dash radio.
Oh yeah.
How that whole popped up. And for the people that don't know, like that was a part of Sirius Radio or something like that?
No,
what?
Dash Radio was an internet radio.
Internet radio.
So see, this is like, I feel so talking about all this shit. But back to what I was saying earlier, in terms of like, I didn't have a dream of being a podcaster, because at the time there was just Power 106, and then there was like these online radio stations that started popping up, and I could only hope to one day maybe work hard enough to get my own internet radio station, like internet radio show on a radio station, right? Like an internet one. So like, to me, that was insane success. I'm like, one day I want to get Rosecrans Radio, because I had my own college radio show, Rosecrans Radio. So I'm like, I want to take that to Dash Radio. That was like my whole thing. I'm like, dude, if I could just get Rosecrans Radio on Dash Radio, like I'll be on. You know what I'm saying?
I'm lit.
And mind you, I don't know anybody at Dash Radio, anything. I just see it, and I'm intrigued by it. I see like, younger kind of creators are like having their own stuff going on there. So I'm like, that can't be too far fetched, because in my mind, Power 106 is like, might as well be Mount Everest. You know what I'm saying? Like
at that time
in LA, you have Big Boy,
all
Felly Fell, Eric Deluxe, Just Incredible, Sour Milk, DJ Charisma. These are all like humongous stars that it's like, bro, how the hell am I supposed to unseat one of them? You know what I'm saying? Or make my way, or do a show with one of them. It doesn't even make any sense. You know what I'm saying? So I wanted to get on Dash Radio. I meet this dude. Shout out the homie Cypress Moreno. I meet this dude. We see like similarities in each other, because he's a DJ, but he also has his own blog. He's doing some interviews. We're both Latino. There's no other Latinos around. And so we're just like, it could have gone either way. I feel like we could have started just beefing because we're too similar, or we just like joined forces, right? Yeah, exactly. We ended up just being cool, joining forces in a way. And one day, and he had more industry connections than me. Definitely. He was already like around Young California, DJ Charisma, all these people. And I didn't know anybody, bro. I'm from Bellflower, Downey, grew up in Inglewood, Lenox. Like, I have zero industry connections to anybody. Nobody that I know's cousin was nothing, bro. Like, I had zero, right? So I had to start from scratch. So I'm like, fuck it. I meet this dude. He tells me there's like a Young California party or something, like at a studio. And I'm like, all right, it's like a fucking Wednesday, Thursday night. I don't know. Tells me to pull up. I go. I don't know anybody there besides him. We link up. I see him for like 2 minutes and then he just disappears. He goes and networks. And I'm like, shit, I don't know anybody here. Start walking around, start trying to talk to people, be social. I'm so awkward at the time because I'm just like, I don't know anything.
Kid,
this is my first networking event. Yeah, I'm probably like 22, 23, I don't know. And then so I end up meeting this dude. His name was DJ Trex. And then we start striking it up. He's Latino. He's a like Dominican Mexican dude. So we just start having a conversation, probably like about sports. We're both in sports, something. Then he tells me, oh, I work at Dash Radio. And I'm like, oh, word. Like, that's dope. You know, I would love to like come by the office, check it out. Oh, I'm the office manager. Like, pull up. All right, dope. Get his number, whatever. Start hitting him up. Yo, when can I come by the station? He tells me. I pull up, take pictures from the wall. I feel so fucking cool. And then after that, I'm like bugging him again. Like, yo, bro, I really want to do a show on there. And then he's like, come in. Like, let's talk about it. Go in there, talk about it. And then he's like, yeah, I think that'll be cool. Only problem is I'm going to quit next week. And I'm like, oh, damn, there goes my connection to Dash Radio. But he's like, but don't worry, I'm going to put you in contact with the girl who's going to replace me. Her name is Litsa. And I'm like, okay, what's up, Litsa? So we meet, cool. I'm like, hey, I really want to do this show. And then she's like, okay, yeah, it sounds pretty good. I'll have you scheduled like to record this demo with Cypress. I end up convincing him like, yo, be my DJ for the show / co-host. He's like, all right, cool. So we do it. I think it's terrible. I'm pretty sure it's terrible. It's somewhere. I don't know where it's at, but it was terrible. And so I go back to Litsa and I'm like, hey, I recorded this. When do you want to hear it? Mind you, this is like MP3 or like CD days because it's like an hour-long show. So it's like I'll probably have to put it on a CD or send you like the link to like a SoundCloud, like a private link or something, you know? So because this is like 2016 probably. Yeah, SoundCloud. So I'm like telling her like, yo, I really want to do this show. She's like, okay, that's cool, but I'm quitting next week. And I'm like, is everybody quitting this shit? Like, what the hell? Like, you're the only person I know here now. And now you're leaving too. The other homie already dipped. And so now I'm like, damn, like, this sucks. She's like, but there's another girl named, I forgot her name. There's another girl. And she was like, she's going to replace me. Tell her that I greenlit your show and just start recording. And I was like, all right. So then I go to that girl and I'm like, hey, when can I schedule some time? Before Litsa left, she said she approved this show. So she doesn't know. She's starting. She believes me. So she was like, okay, yeah, just come in on Monday. Or yeah, it was like Monday night, 7 p.m. Okay, I'll be there. Nobody ever heard my demo. Nobody ever said, but I never took no for an answer. So I just kept showing up every Monday until I stopped.
The rest is history. You had a show on Dash Radio.
I had a show. Nobody could tell me I didn't because nobody could have, like, at no point did anybody stop me either. You know what I'm saying? Like, they didn't just like, no, never come back here. And I started to see how loose the operation was. You know what I'm saying? And I was just like, bro, I'm just going to take advantage of this. I have to. This is my in. You know what I'm saying? And I started to use that show, Rosecrans Radio. I started to use it as a vehicle for networking every Monday. I was still working my regular job at Wells Fargo. And I was like, if I ever want to meet anybody in the industry, I've tried to, like, before that, like, yo, let's get some coffee. Let's do this. Let's do that. That shit don't work, bro. Like, people want to be productive with their time. And you don't want to have coffee with a fucking stranger and sit in traffic for an hour. This is LA. Like, you know, but are you down to come on my radio show and talk about yourself? Sure. What time? Oh, it's in Hollywood. It's right off the freeway. Dash Radio. Oh, cool. Yeah, I'll come.
Probably sounds cool for people doing something, or at the time
you're doing something.
Trying to get your name or your business out there.
Doesn't matter how many people are listening, bro. Like, it feels like I'm doing something.
It's the reps, bro. It's it's doing that shit. Like, I heard J. Cole too talking about like a beat a day. Like, you got to get the trash ones out.
Yeah.
You may at 365, you may hear 10 of them. Those other ones are trash. I think that's the same in any industry or any practice. Like, even shit, you do live shows, and that's a whole nother level of pulling up Wednesday morning, coffee, and you're chilling with the gang. Because, you know, I'm sure that's art though too. live show is a whole completely different art form, you know, in a way.
Yeah.
And I think a story there, or actually if you back up, because it's funny, you said like in college, yo, I just need my shit on Dash Radio and I'm good.
Yeah.
And you got it. And then how'd you feel then? Like probably like, man.
I won the lottery, really.
Okay, you were lit for a little bit.
Yeah, for sure. I'm like, I can't believe that like it worked in a way because it was such a finesse. Like it really was. Yeah. But like life is about finesse, bro. LA is a finesse. Like if you've gone to other cities, bro, you can't finesse in other cities like you can in LA. Like in LA, there's just an art to it. Like try finessing in Miami at the door like you know somebody. That shit ain't gonna work, bro. Where's your 20,000? Or else I'm not letting you in here. You know what I'm saying? Like LA is like, yo, I know the promoter right there. Where's he at? Just fucking sneak in or something. Or, I know fucking JoJo, bro. Let me in, bro. Come on, stop playing. Like
if you're confident enough and you want it enough, and I think that's probably what you did were in that moment of just that drive.
Yeah, bro. I wasn't going to take no for an answer because, like, that's what I wanted. I really wanted that shit. I had my foot in the door, and these people weren't telling me no necessarily, but I saw an opportunity and I took it. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, why not me? You know what I'm saying? Like, and now, I mean, Dash Radio doesn't really exist anymore. I think it's like Lit Live or something. Like, you know, shout out to them. But you know, if there's anybody that comes from a Dash Radio tree and know I'm like a product of that, they'd be proud. You know what I'm saying? Like the homie Mike Shahadi comes from the Dash Radio tree. DJ Ski, you know, he was the owner of that shit. It's like to know that I got my like chops there and like, you know, essentially did my groundwork. And now I ended up on my own morning show on Power 106. They'd be proud. They'd be like, good. I'm glad you finessed me.
That's why maybe that shit even started for them. Was like, yo, we got to make our own shit because of how hard it is.
Yeah.
What was your first, not even a big break, because I don't even want to say you're at your peak now, but like at Dash in that era, what was the first kind of moment? I know you'd done hella Rolling Louds and like that type of thing. What was like the first one where I was like, oh shit, like they hit me up or I get to do this?
I would say
early on too.
Yeah,
it didn't have to be big, you know.
I would say it had to be like the turning point of that show, of my career, of everything was when I interviewed Shoreline.
Okay.
Because I was the first person to ever interview Shoreline. And not only did I interview them, I interviewed them on a Monday. We recorded. We did my shows would air on Wednesday, so it aired on Wednesday. I also did a show with them at Los Globos that same week. So Wednesday, as the show was going live, I also have a live show with them at Los Globos. It was a Hurricane Harvey relief show. It was at the small room in Los Globos. And mind you, they weren't big, but they were growing. And Silver Lake is a fucking hop, skip, and jump away from East Hollywood. So they pretty much brought 100 people with them. So the shit was packed out. You know what I'm saying? And that show I had Rucci on there. I had AZ Sway, AZ Chike. Mind you, this is 2017. I had
young kids probably.
Yes, I had the homie RIP Earl Swavey was in there. I just had I brought LA out, bro. Like I was just like in shock, like damn, like I really did this shit, you know? And I started to get a whole lot of respect after that because it's like I'm interviewing the artist and I'm putting on the show. So it's like, and then they blew up, bro. They literally, the Fox News shit, the next Monday. So they started off Monday doing Dash Radio. Wednesday it aired. Wednesday we had the show. Also, another story not a lot of people know, there was a fight outside of there. Some lady, taco lady, got her shit flipped all over the floor. That was on Univision. Wednesday night. So mind you, I go home. My grandma's asking me about the show. I'm looking over her shoulder. My show's on the news, and I'm like, it was good. I went like, it was good. Like, everything is fine. And I'm like, what the fuck? They're like, we're looking for these people. I'm like, the homies. I was like, so that's Wednesday. But nobody knew that was Shoreline either. Because it was
at
just
that
like,
time.
It was just a fight outside of a Silver Lake, venue. They didn't have a name. And it didn't attach to me, thank God, either. So that happened. And then Monday was We sipping juice for life
Damn.
on Fox News, Fox 11 News. So like that shit was a crazy
That's
week.
a whole rollout.
Yes, and I was an integral part of it. Mind you, because I'm like this with their managers at the time. And so after that, you know, they blow up, and then it's like I have the only interview, you know, and then I'm the only one that did a show with them. So it's like I was part of their story. And OGZ will tell you himself, like that's why we still have a good relationship to this day, because it's like, bro, I really believed when nobody else did. And then also, not only that, it's like we've risen together. You know what I'm saying? So it's a certain level of respect that you get when it's like we both weren't shit. Remember that? And then now look at us.
Yeah.
You know, we're able to meet at every level. You know what I'm saying? Like we're able to meet when I have better production. We're able to meet, come to the radio station. We're able to meet and all these
Backstage,
things.
some shit.
Fucking, bro, so proud of them. They did the
Man.
forum.
Shout out to
I was
them,
there.
bro.
I was in the crowd. I'm like, this is incredible, bro. So, you know, shout out to Shoreline. That was a big part of my career. Also, fun fact, not a lot of people know, I had a 4-person team on Rosecrans Radio. I had Cypress, who's my DJ / co-host. I had my homie Marcos, who was doing all my graphics and recording my video. And then I had the homegirl Irene, Giggles Irene. So Shoreline didn't have a DJ. Cypress became their DJ. And they didn't have a video guy. So Marcos became their video and graphic guy. They went on tour almost immediately after. So now my staff is gone. My staff is gone. Now me and Irene have to figure it out. Now me and we're just like,
Wow.
we just have to figure it out now. But again, it was a big blessing, and I could have been a hater maybe and been like, Marcos, no, you're not going on tour with Shoreline Mafia. Cypress, bro, I need you here, bro. Da-da-da. But it's like, nah, this is like expanding.
That's
like,
what it's about.
The homies going on tour, like, go. You know what I'm saying? Do your thing. Like, and I was happy for them. It made my life harder. But at the same time, I knew the grander picture wasn't like, bro, this show is a vehicle. Like, don't be so married to like the numbers of this shit. This is the start. This is a relationship builder. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't be like, nah, like, fuck you. Like, how could you do this to me? Because some people get like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, they get too attached to things. And it's like, bro, everything's a vehicle. Like, you could have this podcast and it can go amazing. You might have to rebrand it or rename it something else. Like
100 times.
And, you know what I'm saying? Like, I've had, I can't even tell you how many podcasts I have, names and shit. Like, it just happens. And the thing that remains, though, is you and your relationships.
You bring up a good point, because I was going to bring up how, like, you managed to, well, I mean, the answer's right there. You said, like, you put your brand first, or, like, your brand was always priority for you.
Yeah.
But given, like, Dash or even, like, No Jumper or doing stuff with other brands, what's, like, something that helped you always give back to your bucket? Like, let me make sure this bigger picture, Rosecrans Vic gets something out of it.
I mean, I think it's you know what? That's a great question. It gets kind of tougher sometimes, at least maybe for me, because I do a lot of things, and I get accused. Shout out to my girl. She accuses me of not putting enough back in my own bucket sometimes, which she's not wrong, because I do spread myself thin sometimes, and I love to champion other people, empower other people. I have multiple brands now, right? There's the Brown Bag Mornings, Brown Bag Pod, Rosecrans Media, my media company. I have another podcast, The Truth Hurts, with Jeff Weiss and Free. And it's like all those things, then there's Rosecrans Vic. You know what I'm saying? So it's like those things can get my attention sometimes and leave Rosecrans Vic without as many drops in the bucket as maybe there should be. You know what I'm saying? So with that, it's kind of a struggle. It was easier before, you know what I'm saying? I also work with, shout out to OTR Records, you know, Lefty Gunplay. I work with them. Shout out my guy Soul. That's something I've been an integral part of too since the beginning. Not a lot of people know, because we're pushing artists out. So I don't want me to be the subject or the center of attention when it's like we're pushing artists. I don't want to be part of the story, you know what I'm saying? Unless it's intentionally for marketing, you know what I'm saying? So it's like with Lefty Gunplay, I never wanted to be, this is Rosecrans Vic's artist. We're working together, you know, we help strategize. I'm a resource for him. I've been his publicist,
Connection, yeah.
played different roles, but he's not my artist. You know what I'm saying? He's his own person. Because look at how big he's gotten. You know, being just Rosecrans Vic's artist could put a ceiling on him. Some people could look at him just like, oh, he's the radio guy's artist or something. Like, I kind of look at those things from the outside in. It's like, I don't want to do that to him, because how many times have you heard, oh, this is so-and-so rapper's artist, and you're like, oh, that's cool. They're never going to be bigger than him.
I'll wait for him in a few years. Or, you know, if that. I feel that.
Remember, like, DaBaby had an artist. I don't have to, like, go on him. But, like, remember DaBaby had an artist, Stunna for Vegas? He's dope. But he was presented as DaBaby's artist. It can be a good thing, but it can also be a bad thing, depending on what way DaBaby goes. You know what I'm saying? So,
yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So, it's stuff like that. It's you know, but, you know, to get back to your original question, it gets harder sometimes when you take on a lot of responsibilities. But I try to put as much back in my own bucket as possible. To me, a lot of that, like a big vehicle for that has been Hat Club. So I got to shout out to them. You know, doing Crowned is like super fulfilling for Rosecrans Vic. For me as a person, you know, being part of a big production, being just me, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to Duno, shout out to Letty and everybody on the morning show cast. I love them to death, but also just being able to just me, camera, production crew, and an artist or a person a subject I'm interviewing is also able to, it allows me to, you know, just be in my own element, lead a show, host it, be creative, get fly, you know what I'm saying? Be on camera. And this is just my thing. You know,
and also get different eyes on you.
Yeah.
Like, you know, I mean, I had a good convo about headwear. Some dude was saying at a Hat Club shoot, actually. Like, yo, everyone wears headwear. Like, headwear's arguably just as important as footwear. All walks of life are rocking a hat of some sort or a beanie. But also, like, yeah, I feel what you're saying, because it lets you kind of not sprout and do your thing, but like, also, this is who Rosecrans Vic is, because that's kind of the main point of my question is like, you took it to the bucket, which is also true, but then also just the brand, because maybe I follow Rosecrans Vic and I see the other podcast with the big white background, but it's dope because it has a different tone. Yeah, it's a little more like I'm a nerd, bro. I like the intentional talks, and I like comedy, but I'm a geek for like the deep conversation, so I enjoy it. But then also, like you're saying, I'm wondering if doing so many things, you also have to be intentional with, shit, does this line up with who Rosecrans Vic is?
Yeah. And that's where I'm at, you know, like 2026 is what I plan on doing, a lot more Rosecrans Vic stuff. Like, I just feel like I absolutely have to. You know, it goes to Crowned is going to be like a big part of that. Season 2, continuing on with that. Also, I'm going to drop an album. So I'm not an artist per se, but more of a executive producer role, which a lot of people might not know would be pretty much my second album, because I've already done an album. I released it with Empire. I was signed to them as an artist, as a journalist with 2,000 followers. A lot of people don't know that. I don't talk about that too much because it was kind of early on. It was 2019. So it was like pre a lot of shit. But on that album, I used all my industry relationships and everything. I had Shoreline on it. I had Westside Boogie. I had AD. I had O3 Greedo, Bravo the Bag Chaser. All these artists at the time weren't nowhere near as big as they are now.
2019,
you know what I'm saying? So it was a lot of that. And I was like, you know, poured my heart and soul into that. Super proud of that. Kaylin was also on it. I just remembered. And so it's like having those, having that, you know, be a thing. I'm super proud of it, but I feel like it's so old. Like I didn't have enough eyes on me when I did it. You know what I'm saying? So now it's like, okay, now for round 2, it'll be more of like my official debut. And the album's already done.
Damn.
Album's already done, 100%. Now it's just moving on to like the visuals and the marketing and like the whole presentation of it is like where I'm at with it. Shout out my guy Ramp. He showed up with me. He's also, you know, co-executive producing it with me, A&Ring and stuff like that. And he's in my ear every day, bro. He'll call me every single day. When are we putting this out? When are we putting this out? No exaggeration. Multiple times a day. Like he is super invested.
He's like, yo,
in
the
this.
streets are waiting, bro. They're on him about
Yeah,
it.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the holdup? You said it's finished. You said you got
Yeah.
the, streets are a little hungry for it, but
To be completely honest, it's I'm in a position in my life where I've never been before. So like I've never been, one to really like I'm just a person that like I'll just always jump in the deep end. Like whatever I'm doing, fuck it, let's jump in the deep end. Let's see if I can swim. And then I've always swam. But it's like when you do things a second time, at least for me, it's a little harder cuz it's like okay, jump in the deep end again and swim. It's like, damn, do I even remember how to do that? Cuz I was just freestyling it, right?
or maybe you got to do it further this time.
That's what I'm saying.
Maybe
Now
people
you
want-
can't just do the same.
People seen you swim already, maybe.
Yeah, so it's like now you got to go further. Now I got to top what I did.
So strategy.
Which is just like keeping in mind like, okay, I did all this. Is this going to top that? If it's not going to, well, I put it out, And so it's kind of that internal struggle. And I guess it's really part of being an artist. This is why like so many artists struggle with like their second album.
Drop that shit.
And everybody like, oh, like I can now like appreciate that struggle because I feel like, I started working on this album December 2023, bro. Like, so we're 2 years into it now, collected a lot of records, done a lot of things. And now it's just like, all right, I need to put this out, but it needs to go bigger and better than the first one. And now I have my own expectations. I don't really care about other people's expectations, but just my own that it's like, I want to surpass what I did and not just by a little bit, by a lot, So to me, it's all about the presentation. Like the first album, like we got a Billboard premiere. I did like a super dope rollout. I went to like Atlanta, New York, like, all these things that like ended up being really fucking cool. And now I'm like, I have to top that, and I have dropped a single from it with Hit Boy.
Yeah.
Boy.
And a video.
Yeah, the video, that was amazing too, just to work with Hit, such a legend, such a cool dude too, got to meet him and vibe with him for like probably like a year, bro, like before we put that out.
Damn.
Real like relationship building, you know what I'm saying? He'll tell me like, yo, pull up to the studio. I'm there. We're not working on any music. I'm just getting to know him. You know what I'm saying? I'm getting to know his pops, getting to know his kid, like, and it's like, cool. Hey, Vic, tell me what you think about this. I'm just like, damn, Hit Boy's asking for my ear. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy. Like, I just finished this project. Tell me what you think. Watch this video. Tell me what you think. I'm giving my honest feedback, and then getting to know him on a personal level, him as a father and, super dedicated father. Every time I'm in the studio, he has his son. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to C3. So it's like, seeing that, I'm just like, damn, like that was super cool. Getting to know him, going up to Chalice, and just meeting his whole crew too, because like once you like get to know somebody, you start to know their whole crew and shit like that. So shout out to Nima, shout out to Sam, all of them super cool people. Also David, the engineer. And so it's like, okay, like then also being around like these big musicians, artists, they have Grammys in their studio, bro. Like you're just like
over here, like shit.
I want to work hard enough to be there.
Something
you know what I'm saying?
like
So like
that.
it's like I don't just want 1,000 plays, bro. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you kind of like start to see, and Lefty got nominated for a Grammy 3 times, bro. Like this shit ain't a game. Like I can't come soft. You know what I'm saying? Pause. Like
shit,
like
for real.
It really, you kind of start to feel the heaviness of that, and you just want to do great work.
Interesting. Yeah, no, you painted the photo well because it's like also people that don't know you. Oh, Power 106. And maybe there is a certain level of expectation.
Yeah. So I got Lefty and I got Greedo on a song together. So I think I played a little snippet of it. If you go back to like, I don't know, an episode like 3 months ago or something. I love that song so much. And to be honest, the delay is just Lefty isn't really around right now. Shout out to Lefty.
Yep.
He's rehabbing and so I haven't been able to see him, and there's much more important things than shooting my video for him. You know what I'm saying? So also I don't want to put the song out maybe without the video. So I'm like, you know what? Like respect to him. I talked to Greedo the other day. He was like, I'm with whatever. You know what I'm saying? So
That would be the next one though.
that
we
was
would
gonna be the single. I literally was just talking to Ramp in the car. I'm like, I think we got to move on that. And you know, when he's back in town and everything, like, I think that'll fall into place. You know what I'm saying? But I'm probably gonna go with a different single. Yeah, I'll give it to you. 310 Baby.
Okay.
Got a 310 Baby record.
Now you're painting the photo, bro.
Yeah.
Because now I get your feelings, or I get like you want to be strategic and intentional with it.
Yeah.
Because where you were, I get it. Where you are now isn't where you were where that first album came out. Even though you had those names on there.
Of course, yeah.
They grew. You know, it's been 6 years since 2019.
Yeah, and I've been a part of the music industry for a good enough amount of time now that it's like I see big names and single with this person, that person. It doesn't always translate, bro, to like plays or even impact. Like that's what I really want more than anything is just impact. I want people to feel that I dropped this shit, not forget. And it's so hard these days with like the overconsumption of media and reels and this and that. Like my own friends like will be like, "Oh, did you listen to my new shit?" I'm like, "I haven't got to it. My bad." And I'm not trying to be a dick, but it's like it's the truth, bro. Because I got stuck on fucking Twitter, seeing a reel or like a video, or I went down a rabbit hole, and then that was my time of scrolling for the day, and then I have to try to go again tomorrow, you know, and get to it. So it's like, you know, I really want to just be impactful, and make a difference in people in LA to know, like, yo, Vic has a good ear for records. You know, he's a good executive producer, and I just want to continue to be called upon for like my ear and my music knowledge, because I really, really care about this shit. And in particular, like aside from the music shit, like I really care about the LA music scene. Like to me, it's like my baby, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at with it. I just want to make the city proud. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, all that makes sense, bro. Yeah, like because people may view you a certain way, and you just want to have a good you know, your best foot forward.
Yeah, and I think about shout out to DJ Felly Fel. I didn't really appreciate like what he did in real time. I was just like, oh, DJ Felly Fel has like a couple songs on the radio. Bro, he had some hits.
I mean, growing up, DJ Felly, come on, bro.
So like, bro, he's so legendary
for
that. Yeah, he had Get Buck in here. He had The Finer Things.
Yeah, that's
he had what was the other one? Bro, he had like 3 like real hits. And it's like, I'm like, bro, like Neo, Diddy, Kanye, Akon, Ludacris,
Smashes,
Keith Sweat, Baby Bash. Like he had all these people on records while they were the biggest thing in the world. He had, you know, 4 of those dudes on each song sometimes. And I compare, like, you know, it's not apples to apples. Like, you know, like rap is in a whole different lane. It's a lot more like how do I say it? Like there was like 20 rappers when we were kids. Now there's 2,000. You know what I'm saying? So it's gonna be a difference. Like I'm aware of that, but also it's just like, man, I wanna be up there. I wanna have, you know, somewhat of that level of success or impact that where it's like when you hear a Rosecrans Vic record in, you know, 10 years, I'm like, damn, Vic had the hits. You know what I'm saying?
And it feels like that's almost where it started. Like even if we backed up a decade, like, you know, your love for music or storytelling and music, podcasts come in, TikTok, fuck up the game, you know. Yeah. Well, it also lands you a job, you know, lands you Power 106, which is a blessing because that's radio and that's music. But yeah, that's exciting, bro. I'm definitely, I can't wait to listen to that whenever it is, and you know.
That's gonna be me pouring back into the Rosecrans Vic bucket.
There we go.
For sure. Yeah.
Back into, you know, something that again, that itch that you might have had as a kid or a teenager or young adult where it's like, man, you had the dash radio and you probably got jaded after a while, and then you go, you know, you keep bouncing around. Yeah. Power 106 is a brand damn near like for LA, it's like Nike, Dodgers. It's a staple.
Facts.
How does that weigh on you at all, or do you just wake up every day and how quick did you get jaded to like that moment or the opportunity?
I still like, I joke like on the show, like when Letty will say something like, I don't know, what did she say the other day? Like, oh, like, do you ever like sleep, or what time do you sleep? I said, I'm never sleeping because I'm living in a dream right now. And I say it like oh, head ass, stupid, like, you know, yeah, like, oh, you're so corny. But like, I joke about it, but it's real, bro. Like, in my wildest dreams, I really couldn't imagine that I would work at Power 106, let alone like not just work there, but like have my own morning show. You know what I'm saying? Like, morning radio in LA is like, I had to like, I knew it was prestigious, but once you're in the building, you're able to realize that like the whole station is counting on you. Like, you set the tone for the entire station, the ratings, the image, the like whole thing. So it's like, they're like, you need to put 50 points on the board. Figure it out. Whole brown bag squad, put 50 points together. The whole rest of the day, we'll put another 50 points together. Like, and we're going to be, 100, and we're going to be great and all this shit. So you start to realize, like, damn, we weigh heavy. Like, at first, I'm just waking up, and I'm having a hard time waking up because it's like, I was never that much of an early bird. You know what I'm saying? I have to wake up at like 3:45, stuff like that. But it's like, now, like, I'm waking up and I was like, okay, I'm doing the show. I'm learning. Now I'm at a point where it's like, yes, it's normalized to me, but I don't feel jaded. I still feel like, damn, I can't believe I'm going to work at Power 106 today, and it kind of hits me too when, like, I'm out somewhere and people be like, hey, Power 106, like, and they flip out about it, and I'm still like, I still flip out about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, and to know that, like, so I've always had this, like, when you're Latino, my age, maybe still, like, my family, my dad is young, my mom is young, they're like 50, they're in their 50s, and they still were like confused about what I was doing, my dream I was pursuing. It was kind of hard to explain to them. I'm writing about rappers, I'm interviewing them. Okay, so how do you get money? Well, there's no money in it yet, but like, there will be. When? Like, it'll come. From where? Well, I'm not sure, but it happens. When does it happen? Who does it happen to? Like, you just like, it seems like so like phony. It seems like you're bullshitting.
Yeah.
I used to live with my grandma. My tia lived like next door. She's a wonderful woman, my tia. She would always be trying to help me. She would be like, she worked for the county. She'd be like, Mijo, do you want a county job? I'll get you a county job. And I knew they did it out of love. Yeah. But I was like, no, I'm good. Like, I just interviewed Shoreline Mafia. They're like, okay, so when you want to apply, just let me know, because they're not gonna understand. Like, I can't really, and I never really expected them to. My grandma thought I was a DJ for a couple years.
Yeah, I'll take that. Yeah,
I never knew how to mix anything or fucking do anything on Serato. But it was just like, okay, like, that's their way of maybe understanding it a little bit. So I had a hard time, getting my dad to understand sometimes some things. And I would tell him, like, Dad, I just interviewed so-and-so. And he'd be like, okay, that's cool. Yeah. Like, still waiting for me to, like, maybe get my shit together, right? Because I didn't get hired at Power House 30. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, take that and run with it. Before, I try to remind myself, too, bro, not to interrupt you. I think that's a great point, bro, because people may just, oh, cool, Rosecrans Vic, he's doing this, see you on Hat Club. Yeah. Not necessarily see you make a name. Fucking, you said, how many podcasts, how many shows, how many networks have you ran through to even just get where you are now? And that's still probably not peak or prime of your career,
I started at 21. I got hired at Power when I was 30. My son was 9 by then. So, he never went without eating. I always had a job. I always made money. But my family is like, okay, so like, when is he gonna like just let it go? Because I did have a corporate job. I did work at Wells Fargo and shit like that. At the end of at the top of 2019, I got let go, and I was like, I'm not looking for a job anymore. And then maybe 2 months, 3 months later, I get signed to Empire as an artist, as a journalist. And I put out an album, and, they gave me like 20 bands, and they're like, make an album. And I'm like, And I'm still trying to explain that to them, and they're still like, okay, so where's the money coming in? I'm like, well, first I have to pay them back, but like after that, like it'll start to roll in, and then they're just like, okay, like, and so, but I say all that to say, like, when I got on radio, bro, my family never questioned me again. My grandma tunes into me every single morning. My dad is so proud of me. My mom is my number. Salute to my mom. I want to give her credit. She believed in me from day one.
Throughout that.
Never doubted me. Always told me. There's one time I did want to quit. Everybody has their moments.
Yep. We
don't always share them. I shared it with my mom one time. I was so frustrated. I forgot about what. She's like, you are not quitting. This may be like 2017 or something. You are not quitting. I will beat your ass if you quit.
Oh, shit.
Okay, Mom, I was just frustrated. You better not fucking quit. You're going to make us proud. Boom. You know, I never had to like do anything to impress her. She was already proud of me. She's proud of me for being alive. You know, it's just like she's my number one fan. I want to give her, you know, a lot of love. But to the rest of my family, they didn't understand. I didn't expect them to. But once I hit radio, bro, I don't have to explain myself to anybody.
Yeah.
They don't question me. I leave parties early sometimes. I got to wake up early. Okay, Milo, no problem. And they're so proud of me. But, you know, it took getting there to something that they can understand. That's like, so you mean I can get in my car and listen to you? Yes. Okay. I'm so proud of you. And now they get to tell their family, or not their family, like their friends and, you know, other people. And that's when, you know, I really felt like, oh, I made it. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, I'm on radio. My grandma could tune into me every single morning. She does. You know what I'm saying? So does my dad on his way to work. Like, that must be a cool ass feeling.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, to them, like, I'm like, I wish I could listen to my son.
Especially in the morning, because like you said, like at least in LA, we'll speak to LA. When I think of radio, I think of getting dropped off at school.
Same.
I'm thinking of, you know, Big Boy in the morning. I'm thinking of crank calls, some funny stuff, and then some jams.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know how it is in different cities, but it is some prestige in that, like,
for
that
sure.
It's, you know, it's a grind. You waking up, your lifestyle changes.
Had to, 100%, which was fine.
Yeah,
it was time anyway. I was 30. So I had my fun. You know what I'm saying? I might have extended it a year or two, but now I'm completely in that lifestyle, family man. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my girl. Shout out to my son, my stepdaughter. Like, I'm living that lifestyle now, which is cool and calm and peaceful. You know what I'm saying?
And still the dream, bro. You know, like you said, you know, like making money off The Voice and, you know, covering stuff.
Talking for a living. That's the part where I'm like, how did I pull this shit off? I get to talk for a living?
In your head, mid-combo with everybody.
Yeah.
But like, what's some advice though, bro? Because not advice, but like, so many people could relate to that, whether Hispanic or not. Like, the dream never dies. So I'm telling people, like, yo, might as well chase that shit.
Yeah.
If you're 42, you're going to live till you're 88.
Yeah.
You're going to be miserable for 40 more years? Or you're going to try to grind 10 more and then maybe make it at 50, bro? Like.
Yeah. I mean, the way I see it, bro, is like, you have to work hard regardless. Why not work hard towards something you want to do?
Damn. Yeah.
There's no avoiding this hard work, bro. Like, what I did when I was, so back up a little bit. So I knew, you know, I was having my son. This is 2013. He was born in November. So that whole year was life-changing for me, obviously. Like, I find out that his mom's pregnant, maybe like in March or April or something like that. And I'm just like, oh, shit, okay. And then it's like, the kid is coming this year. You know what I'm saying? It's like this whole year was like very transformative for me. He's born in November 28th. And I have to man up, right? I'm going to college, like pretty much part-time, and I'm working part-time. Now I'm like, okay, now I have to have a full-time job, right? So I go start to work at a different bank, and they hire me full-time. So now I'm 9 to 5. Playtime is over. You know what I'm saying? It's like, now I'm a señor. Like, now I'm just like getting up early, going to work, like coming home. There's no fun. There's just responsibility. So I start to do that, and I start to look around. I start to see like my coworkers. They're all older than me. I'm super young. Like, and I see like I'm living the same life as them. Obviously, I don't make as much money, but they don't make that much more money than me. And they got 20 years on me. And I'm like, so I have to work 20 years to make $20 more an hour, that shit don't make sense to me. And mind you, working at a bank is a pretty good job.
Yeah.
It's not you know what I'm saying? It's not a terrible job. I'm not, working at like fast food joint, which I have worked at as well. Shout out to Taco Bell. But like, I was like, bro, that shit don't make sense to me. I need something to get out of this. I want to follow my passion. You know what I'm saying? So that's when I go and roll back in school, and I'm like, now I'm going to make school work for me. And it took that like working hard every single day and not having like, if I didn't go back into college or start my radio show, I would still be there because there's no way out. What's going to happen? What's going to change? Like, am I going to hit a scratcher or something? Like how are you going to change? You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I need my escape plan. So what did I start to do? I started to work tirelessly. I started to work, after work, I'd go home and work some more. Or on my lunch break, I'd write an article or whatever I could do, because that was my ticket out. And, when you work a 9 to 5, everybody does. Get your money, be smart about it, save it, but have like your escape plan to your dream. You know what I'm saying? Leave a window open, because if not, bro, the doors are all going to be shut. You're not going to get out ever. How you expect to get out?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? One day I'm going to do, like, bro, start it today. Start it to, you know what I'm saying? Like, because if not, you're never going to get there. And, like you said, like, life can be very long. Hopefully we live to 88. You want to be miserable that long? You have to work hard regardless. You're going to even, struggle. I struggle at my job sometimes. You know what I'm saying? You're going to struggle anywhere you go, bro. There's a learning curve everywhere. Learning curve, like, have a learning curve at something you love doing, because it's going to weigh way less heavy on you.
Yeah. And like, to go back on the journalism, I've heard you say a few times, I don't know what podcast it was, but like, you're focused on just like being a better writer and covering better stories. How does one do that without, because, there's one route: clickbait, anger, fighting. How does one become a better writer and also kind of not stay true to the art and stuff, all artsy, but like, what are your thoughts on that?
I think for me, what made me a better writer was reading other writers I was inspired by. Early on, it was like Ernest Baker, Jake Wolf. These are names probably nobody might know. Jeff Weiss, people know him. I would read their stuff and be like, damn, I want to write that good one day. I love how they, did this, did that. I used to read this blog, 4 Pins, doesn't exist anymore. It was a fashion blog, but it wasn't about the fashion. They'll be like, this coat reminds me of the time in 3rd grade somebody, shot themselves on the subway. That was the description of the clothes. And I was like, oh yeah, by the way, this coat is $5,000. It was a bunch of shit nobody could afford. It was like it was the funniest blog ever, bro. I'm so sad that it doesn't exist anymore. There's a writer from there that went on to like write for GQ and stuff. I forget. His name is Jake something. It might be Jake Wolf. And it was funny to me because I was just like, it's not about the coat or anything. It's about the relatability, and it inspired me. So if you read the early Rosecrans stuff, like, it was very inspired and influenced by that. I'll be like, this song reminds me of the time my girlfriend broke up with me on Valentine's Day and, threw the cake on the floor. But yeah, you should go listen to Kaylin's song. And you know what I'm saying? It was like nice shit hook. Like that.
Yeah.
And it was like, it was cool to me. It was a different way to do things. So one was like the influence on like reading things that you like, writers that you like. And then also a good editor will elevate your writing to the next level. Get with a good editor. Jeff Weiss was the best editor I've ever had. Like, he would like obliterate my shit sometimes in terms of like red.
Yeah, fuck,
you know what I'm saying?
Shit. How do you stay positive in that and take it like
just knowing that
good intention
for sure. Also, I'm in my mind, and not even, I feel like it's a fact, but I might be biased because he's my homie. I'm having possibly the best music writer in the game edit my stuff. So that's inspiring to me in the first place. You know what I'm saying? Like, the fact that he's taking the time to edit my stuff and make me want to be better. And every time the results, spoke for themselves. Like I wrote about Draco's Cold Devil in 2018 and he shared it and he was like, this is the best write-up I've ever seen. And it's like,
stamped it.
Damn. You know what I'm saying? I was like, I wrote about Greedo's Wolf of Wall Street, a Wolf of Grape Street, I should say. He loved it. I gained his respect after that. You know what I'm saying? It was like, this shit really works. You know what I'm saying? Like being concise. One thing he always told me, like, this is a good advice for writers. Don't tell me, show me. My reflex would be like, this sounds like this or whatever, right? But he would tell me, show me, give me a visual.
Descriptive?
You know what I'm saying?
I mean?
Yeah, like, but not only that, it's like, get the lyric and put it in there. You know what I'm saying? Like, show me what you're talking about. Don't just tell me, because that's lazy. Like, I'm just going to tell you about this song. No, show me why this is a great song. One thing I can remember about writing about Draco is, when he was like, the beginning of his career, very offbeat, right? That was kind of the thing about him is like, he chose his own pocket to rap on. I said, it felt like every time he raps, it feels like he is in a near collision crash with the beat. Like he almost
describing that little,
you know what I'm
delay.
saying? It's like he's like almost there, but it's a little bit off. Like, but he doesn't crash, never crashes. But it's like, whoo, that was a close one. That's how I could best describe his flow at the time, right? So it's like that type of shit. It's like, oh wow, like I showed you. I didn't just tell you. Like he raps off beat.
Yeah.
I could have told you that, you know what I'm saying? It's like, no, let me show you. Let me tell you in an artistic way, in an interesting way. People don't like to, this is years ago, but still, even then, it's like people were reading less and less. So it's like, give them an incentive to read, to be entertained, to go back to it. I was informed last year that, shout out to, there's a girl named Genevieve, Jeff White's girl. She was a student at, there's in DC. I don't want to say Howard,
but like a critically, like a high,
yes, a university out in like
esteemed,
DC, somewhere. I don't want to get it wrong. I probably got it wrong. Georgetown, might have been Georgetown.
Okay, yeah.
Let's say Georgetown. She was a student there, and she showed her professor my writing, and they spoke about it in class and like dissected it and shit. I was like, bro, that's insane. I didn't finish college. You know what I'm saying? But the fact that like, and the professor, complimented my writing and stuff. It was like, that was like so fulfilling to me to be like, wow. I believe it was my letter to Draco that was brought up in the classroom, and personal. It said like, yeah, like, notice how the writer evokes emotion and shares a personal story, like broke it down like that. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, damn, like, so grateful and proud that my writing made it to a level to where, a major university professor can share it and, dissect it with the classroom, show that this is an example of a good writer. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, damn, like, I done came a long way,
If that's not a stamp of, like, approval there, not to say you need one, but, like, that definitely does feel good, considering your background. Like, considering you're, I
taught myself how to write.
You're figuring you're just scraping by with this grammar shit. You got the story and the music on lock, but this shit, I'm gonna do my best. Which is interesting. Like I joke with like kids and now I'm like, man, y'all will never know the struggle of writing an essay at midnight. Now they got fucking chat GBT and stuff. But what you say about like being descriptive or like show me, not tell me, I think is something to hold on to when we see chat GBT and AI evolve. Cause I don't know, that's what keeps us human. Yeah. Is the emotion and the events and our first hand accountants of how it made us feel. And I think that's good advice when we bring in AI and this other shit.
It's that human feel can't be duplicated.
Nah. And I'm bringing up another quote here. We can move a little bit, but one thing I heard you say is, man, what the hell is meeting Snoop Dogg gonna do for you? Go meet the next Snoop Dogg.
Facts.
In terms of people saying, I just got to meet somebody to get on. opposed to, nah, let's build. Let's
Yeah.
figure this shit out.
Yeah, I've always had that mentality because, like, I met, for example, to that point, I met Too Short at the Lakewood Mall when I was like 12 years old, signing CDs, right? I think there was it the Warehouse? What the fuck was that called? Tower Records? I don't know. It was in Lakewood. It was across the street from Lakewood Mall. Tower Records, maybe. I can't remember. My mom took me to go meet him, signed my CD, shook his hand. Didn't mean anything. You know what I'm saying? Like, didn't change my life. It's a pointless story.
Mm-hmm.
But I'll tell you about the time where I was going to a bar, you know, in Hollywood, and I encountered Shoreline for the first time, you know, like, and I'll tell you about a time where I, you know, listened to Blueface for the first time, and we booked him for a show for $900, and, you know, I still have a relationship with him to this day because of that. It's like a lot, like meeting these artists, it's like the bigger artist is not really going to change anything for you unless you're in a position to where you guys can make moves together.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I was at a celebrity basketball thing. I was on stream. I was talking to somebody. Justin Bieber bumped into me. Like, full on, like, boom. Like, and I was just like, what the fuck is bumping? Oh, it's Justin Bieber. Okay, all right, that's fine. It didn't change my life. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's at such a high level.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It was random. He posted me also, which was neither here nor there. But anyway, like, it's like meeting the next Justin Bieber will change your life.
Mm-hmm. That's
you know
what.
I'm
Yeah,
saying?
that's
like,
what I got out of that when you said
that
it.
more so, right? Find the next Justin Bieber. These established artists, they're incredible. They're already established. You know what I'm saying? Like, they can do something for you, but they've already toured the world. They've already done so many things. Like, they've squeezed a lot of the lemon out of their career and helping people. You got to think, these people are jaded too. How many people have came up to Snoop Dogg in his life and told him, yo, bro, put me on, do this for me. Like, bro, you're fucking number 3 million. And then he's heard that so many times. But it's like, if you meet the next big artist, it's like, bro, you guys build together. You guys can rise. Like, you know, meeting Lefty Gunplay changed my life.
Yeah, that's a good example.
It did. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's Grammy nominated. Now I'm, you know, a part of a team that's Grammy nominated.
Associated, yeah.
It's like, mind you, building OTR from the ground up. You know, it's Soul established it, and, you know, I've been, you know, on board with him for years and years, and it's like seeing artists come and go and working with them, and sometimes things don't work out, sometimes they do, and then it's like all that led up to us meeting Lefty, you know, and then signing him, and then me putting him on a media press run and him blowing the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? And that led to, you know, obviously him working with Kendrick and, you know, Crazy, Scary, Spooky, Hilarious. So it's like that shit, meeting Lefty changed my life. Not, you know, Justin Bieber, not Too Short, not, you know, anybody I've shaken hands with and been like, nice to meet you.
Yeah.
You know, it's cool to like meet your idols and people you grew up listening to, but it's like, it's not going to change your life.
Yeah, it almost does more to your skill, breaking an artist, rising together. Like, even in sports, if you're a scout, you want to find the talent. You're not hanging your hat on making a trade for some old veteran. It's like, and in music or journalism, it's the same way where, you know, or if it's sneakers, I want to like, if New Balance seeded me a general release shoe, I'm going to do my best to sell it, even though it's a shoe everyone has. It's like, that's going to do more than somebody doing an unboxing of the fucking Off-White Jordans. Those speak for themselves, you know?
Of course, yeah.
But it's like, it says something in writing and journalism of rising together.
Make some new shit hot. That's like the coolest shit to me. When you make some new shit hot, you know, like everybody was like in the middle of SoundCloud rap. I started work with Audio Mac, which was like a, you know, comparable, you know, like streaming service that was also free. And I worked with them, and I felt like I made Audio Mac hot. I gave everybody in the city an Audio Mac account. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was incentivized to do so. I worked for them, but I was like, SoundCloud's out, Audio Mac's in. Like, I just started riding hard, bro. Like, I just started going crazy. Like fuck SoundCloud, bro. Like, this Audio Mac. I would tell people, have you ever met anybody from SoundCloud? And they'll be like, No. And I'm like, have SoundCloud ever reached out to you? No. Well, I'm Audio Mac, and I'm reaching out to your C. You could hear me. You could call me. And they'll be like, oh, okay, yeah, you're right. You're right about that. You know what I'm saying? It's like we tend to, I don't know. Me, I'm just always, I fuck with who fucks with me.
Mm-hmm.
Like, don't look past the people that fuck with you, the brands that fuck with you, big, small. It's like, if you fuck with me, I fuck with you. You know what I'm saying? Keep it like that. Like, stop trying to, like, you know, be like, yo, like, so and so brand, like, notice me. Like, it's just like, bro, like, just make new shit hot. All the other shit is gonna come. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just got a call, you know, to host a Jordan event. Like, I'm like geeked. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, that's so cool. You know what I'm saying? But I was never like, you know, if New Balance or another shoe sent me some shit, I'm not like, fuck this. I don't want that shit. It's like, nah, bro, embrace it. They fuck with you enough to give you these shoes. Shout out to Adidas.
Yeah,
Menace.
shout out to Menace.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that shit is so cool, so inspiring. I love what they did with Hellstar too, like what they did with Dios. Like, that's so cool to me. And, you know, you got to embrace that. It's like, oh, this brand didn't fuck with me, so I don't fuck with any other brands. No, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, fuck with who fucks with you.
There's a little wave in LA. Like, you mentioned Menace, you mentioned Hat Club.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, I obviously these brands are trying to bring back some vibe of pre-COVID.
Yeah.
But I like what you said. Like, I'm definitely on that page. Like, big or small, anybody, like, anybody that's pursuing a bigger dream, I rock with, and I'll follow back. And, bro, like, do that whole shit. And then on the other hand, like, the brands, big or small, or Hat Club or creatives, like, yeah, bro, the city has enough negative shit. City has enough hate.
Yeah.
But like, if people rocking with you, it's like, nah, bro, I'm past that whole influencers trying to be too cool.
Yeah.
This is bro. That shit's dead, bro. And like, if even speaking bigger, but like, if we want to do anything as a city or just individually as people move, like, nah, bro. The more people are on the same page, the better, bro.
The size and the hype of things will always change, but the people will always stay the same. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like, you have those relationships, bro. Like, you know, some of the people that I've met, shout out like the homie Mario. He's a stylist. He styles.
Shout out to Mario. That's the second time somebody mentioned on here.
Shout out to Mario Rango. He's an amazing person. Styled Bryson Tiller. Styles all the new like regional artists, reggaeton artists. He styles Fade, all this stuff, right? Incredible person. Come to find out his story more so, like, he used to work for Dope back in the day on Fairfax and stuff like that. So it's like, how many brands or people has he worked for, but he's still Mario, right? So it's like, if you didn't fuck with Dope, or if you did, whatever, he's moved past that. Like, he's still a same person that you can have a relationship with. He had a store on Melrose, and I'll be there all the time. The store went away. That's still my dog. You know what I'm saying? It's like, don't just fuck with people because of what they have. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, the players are going to stay the same for a long time. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, make sure you build relationships with people. People throw brands away all the time. Oh, this brand is stale. Let's start some new shit. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, oh, who's behind that brand? Oh, it's actually this guy and this guy that were on that other brand, and now they're doing this brand.
Literally.
That happens all the time. You discover, you're like, oh shit, no way, I didn't know that. Like, I was always wondering what happened to that brand. It died, and now we're on this new shit, and it's way better. And it's like, oh, okay, well, I know them from the other brand, and now we still fuck with each other.
Yeah, I think that's a new wave. Like, this is like the fourth time I've jump started a podcast. Different theme, different name, different people are like solo now. But it's hard, bro, because you get married to something, or it's your baby, and I know you can relate to it because I've seen you on various different shows and brands and podcasts to this day. I got rapid questions to end us off, but what's advice to somebody trying to break in terms of an artist, music wise, somebody in LA? What's one thing you'd say, focus on this before even talking to me in the elevator, bro?
Focus on writing songs.
In terms of
like
hits and or content or both or
I would say like if you look back to the songs that still ring off to this day, they all had like a theme. They were all well written. 21 Questions, for example. He's asking questions in his raps the entire time. That
still
wasn't
a
an
banger.
accident. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't an accident. Like, we probably know all the questions,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
That was such a well-written song. A lot of songs now, like, they're not. Like, people kind of have, like, contests. Like, I've been in the studio. Yo, I just made 4 songs today. Is that a good thing or a bad thing? It's probably not a good thing. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, you can put that effort and energy from 4 songs into making one incredible song. But it's like our attention span, even as artists, is like, let's do another one.
Yeah.
Let's do another one. That one wasn't it. Let's do another one. We're just like, take a theme, stick to it, make a song.
Mm-hmm.
And do that, and then repeat, and then make another song. You know what I'm saying? So like, a reason why like I listen to like a Wale, you know, to this day, because he's so good at songwriting.
Interesting.
And you wonder why, like, you look back at Wale's career, bro, he has like 10 hits, like real hits. You know what I'm saying? Like, that you probably don't think of Wale as a hit maker, but he has like 10 hits, bro. He has Lotus Flower Bomb.
Yeah.
You know, he has a song with Lady Gaga, Chillin' or whatever. Like, he has these songs, you're like, oh shit. He has the Angles with Chris Brown, like, more recently. No Hands. Like, when he's on the song, it's like, I said, look, ma, no hands, and I don't dance. So it's like he stays on theme, you know what I'm saying, the whole time. And I think maybe me as a writer, maybe I'm kind of partial to that. I'm just like, you just totally went off theme. I'll get so turned off by artists when there's like,
what the hell are you talking about?
Where did you go? You made a left. Like, we're supposed to keep going right and stuff like that. I would say, like, actually write songs. Like, I love songs that have a theme and they stick to it. And, you know, obviously, like, a good hook goes without saying that. And then also, like, if you're not going to produce content nearly daily, then don't even be an artist.
In terms of growing and getting your music out there?
Yeah, you can't. You can't. Unless you master, like, mystique marketing.
The
you know what I'm
whole
saying?
Playboy
Like
Cardi route?
Like a Playboy Cardi or like a Brent Fayez.
Ooh,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I don't
Like,
even think of him like that, but yeah, he is.
If you can't, if disappearing isn't part of your brand, don't disappear.
Yeah.
Don't disappear.
Yeah.
You can't afford to. Brent Fayez is part of his act. I'm mysterious. I'm gonna go off and fuck some hoes, and I'll be back with some new stories. I love that. You're in hibernation. I know you're in hibernation. You know what I'm saying? I know you're gonna come back with some fire.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It won't take too long. Come back with a whole new theme, a whole new thing. Like, I fuck with that. You know what I'm saying? I don't need to hear too much from him. I don't want to see Brent Fayez TikToks.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You're right.
Like,
yeah.
But if you're not that, if your, you know, theme is I'm outside, and I never see you outside as an artist, and I never see, you know, if you're like a club artist, I don't see like girls shaking ass to your music every day. If I don't see, you know, you in the club or some lit shit, you know, going on, then I don't think you should pursue that. You know, shout out to Chef Boy with the Gang Gang song. I see a new venue playing it every single day. He's an outside artist, and I see this stadium played it. This big ass party was playing it. I see that every day. Shout out to him. He's marketing his song correctly. He cannot be Mystique. That wouldn't be part of his brand. He's out. I'm outside with my gang.
Yeah.
Sliding down Rosecrans. That's what I want to see. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I love that. Don't disappear if you're not a mysterious artist. It's not part of your brand.
Especially in the midst of your growth or trying to grow.
No, yeah.
What's in the past decade? What's like somebody you were shocked by, you're interviewing or you meet them in terms of an artist or somebody that you're kind of taken back, like, man, like the vibe, the energy, dope dude or girl?
I want to say, meeting Smokey Robinson, interviewing him. super legendary. I didn't know what to expect at all. He could have been a huge asshole, and I would have been like, "That's okay, Smokey Robinson. He deserves like he's entitled to that almost." Bro, he was the nicest man in the world. He came in, introduced himself to everybody, shook everybody's hand, looked them in the eye, and I was like, "This is how artistry should be done. This is old school Motown." There we go. School shit. Like every artist should be like that. Maybe unless you're Playboy Cardi. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, I couldn't agree more, bro.
That shit was incredible, bro. Like, there's no excuse, bro. Smokey Robinson doesn't owe anybody a thing. Doesn't owe anybody to look anybody in the eye, bro. He's, you know, like legendary. Like, if there's a word above legend, he would be that, right?
He's aura.
And he just shook everybody's hand. Very nice to meet you. You know, sat down, gave us his time. I was able to speak to him, interview him. Just showed me nothing but respect in my role as, you know, an interviewer, as a host. And I was like, it's possible. Damn. Because this man could have the biggest ego in the world. He fucking wrote Cruisin'. And it's like, no, he's very calm. He's very respectful. And I was shocked. And not that I expected him not to be, but I just didn't know what to expect. But now, I guess, when if I interview, you know, legacy artists or stuff like that, I expect that standard. And a lot of them reach that, bro. Like, I've interviewed, like, for example, like Jeezy, very respectful. Mariah Carey looks at you in the eyes when you're asking a question, very respectful. Like, and you just see, like, this old guard of, like, artists and how presentable and respectful they are. And then, obviously, like, goes without saying, the newer generation isn't like that. Not to sound like, because I'm part of the new generation too, and maybe I'm, you know, not as presentable as, you know, the people that interviewed before me, but I was just very pleasantly surprised and you know, amazed at, like, Smokey Robinson's grace.
I'm a big fan of everything you said too, bro. Because, like, when I was like, I would have loved to be an actor, or hey, my life ain't over. I could still be in a movie one day.
Never die.
Nah, for real. But, like, I was taught in those classes, like, this is professionalism.
Yes.
Like, not to be an old head, but it seems like music and movies back in the day when it was coming up, it was like they held it closer as an art form. And it was a little more prestigious because you couldn't nominate yourself with a TikTok. It was a crowd of other people determining if you deserve to be on camera or not. And it's cool. And it's, that respect is, you know, bro, respect is everything with the older guard, you know?
Exactly.
And it's easy for that miscommunication. Yeah, I'm part of the young generation too, but I love the intentionality stuff.
Yeah.
You've had success, or, you know, you checked off some bucket list things that you wrote in college, but you're not at the peak. What does success look like in 5 to 10 years? In a near perfect world, what are some things you're achieving or aiming to?
I love this question because I feel like nobody would guess my answer. I wanna host The Price is Right, bro.
Serious though.
I'm serious.
Dead serious. Oh shit. Okay.
I want to be on network television, bro, with one of these big hosting gigs, whether it's The Price is Right or you know, these legacy shows, like, bro, those, like, I want to be as mainstream is, you know what I'm saying, in terms of, like, that's how far I want to take it. I think, you know, when I think of people on TV now, like real TV, right? Like the shit that you can go to the doctor's office and they're playing, that's where I want to be, you know? Shout out to Mario Lopez, big inspiration of mine. The fact that he's so mainstream. Everybody knows who Mario is. Everybody knows his face. You go to the gas station, you're pumping gas, he might be at the little screen right there. A lot of times he has been, you know? Like, I'm just like, oh, what's up, Mario? Like, you know, you check into your hotel room. Hi, welcome. This is Mario Lopez. You're just like, he's everywhere. Yeah, like, man. That's something, to me, that's a level of success that I'm chasing, to be 100% honest. And I don't want to put a cap on it, you know what I'm saying? And I think that's like a super high level mainstream. I always feel like I'm underestimated in every, you know, everything I do. So to take it that far to where like I'm on the TV at the laundromat. That's what I want. That's what I want in 5 to 10 years, as well as having, you know, a happy family, you know, a nice, well-sized home for the family to live in.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like that is, you know, like success to me, and that's where my mind is at. And, you know, just be there. Still doing the radio show too. You know what I'm saying? I want that still to be a part of it. As well. I love power, and, you know, starting my day with that is just so much fun, bro, to be 100% honest. Like, you know, hanging out with Letty, Concrete, Angie, Greg, you know, even like the background crew, Humberto, Jose, like Ramona, like we just have a blast. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
we
kicking it.
Kicking it, bro. Like, and I love them, and I would love to continue to, you know, to do that, start my day with that. And I see like these big like entertainers like Mario Lopez level, bro, they have the radio show, then they go to their, you know, TV gig, and then they go home, you know, and pick up the kids. Like that shit is fly to me. Like I want to do that. And I want to, you know, be there. I was able to witness a Jimmy Kimmel show earlier this year. Left super inspired. Like Jimmy is incredible. I don't feel that I can't do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't feel that I can't host my own, you know, live show. I've been fortunate to, like, have our own live shows, like at the Novo and at the Will Turn and stuff like that, and be in front of a live audience and, you know, get to feed off of them and not be, you know, so nervous. It's just, like, you get reps. You get so many reps where it's, like, I was, like, sitting there, like, hey Jimmy, if we could swap real quick. Yeah. I think I could deliver a couple of these lines. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you know, and not to take anything away from Jimmy. No. And, you know, he's incredible, and he's 20 years in, and, you know, to his show and, you know, all the groundwork he put in before that, and, you know, to maintain that also is like, you can only wish to maintain success for 20 years and then get kicked off by Trump and then come back. And you know what I'm saying? Again, like that show, it was actually that week. I was at, I think, his second show back, you know, and that was inspiring as well. But I see like that type of mainstream like success, and I see that, and I'm like, I can do that, and I want to do that, and I will do that. You know what I'm saying? So that's 5-10 years, you know, where I see myself.
Yeah, no, bro. I mean,
we're TV at the laundromat.
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah. Fuzzy ass TV, like it's just like, is that Vic? Like, yeah, yes it is, bitch.
Hey, shit, anything's possible, bro. Yeah. Or shit, there may be a new fucking invention in 10 years and a new network and whatever. But no, it was a pleasure chatting, bro. Yeah. We have a gift for you.
Oh hell yeah.
Honorary brown bag, but. You know, we have a clothing brand.
Hell yeah.
Dreams never die. We got a shirt, air freshener in there for you.
Ooh, okay.
You know, I know you have to stay with the fresh fits daily. It seems like
yes,
so.
Sir. Let's go. Dreams never die.
No, yeah, that shirt's you know. Okay, actually, he has on. Jump in front of the camera.
Fire.
No more thinking. You know, kind of like the whole overthinking type shit.
Okay.
It's time to dream. So.
I love that.
That was a combo. That that was what the combo was about. Again, thank you for pulling up. You're somebody that, again, I was kind of watching and in the mix of me figuring out what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
Seeing you do certain stuff. You probably don't even know it, but there might be some kids listening to the radio now that are.
I hope so. There needs to be more of us in this space. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm a big believer in that, and I'm always like going to champion that. And, you know, in my career, anybody that I've, you know, have championed, you know, it's like, they don't even have to be Latino, but it's just like more people that belong in these spaces should be there. You know what I'm saying? There's some times where I'm just like, prime example, I see like the streamers awards the other day, and it's like this girl said like a terrible like P Diddy joke to Kai Cenat, and it's like sorry, I'm probably not tapped in enough to the streamer world, but like, who the fuck is that?
Yeah.
And I'm just like, can you get a real host? I'm not even advocating for myself. I'm just saying, like, you just get a real host, like people that belong there. Get Gina Views there, like get like DJ Head there, like get like these incredible hosts that like are good at hosting, not just a streamer with the mic. You know what I'm saying? I'm just a, you know, a big believer in like, just put everybody where they belong. Like, you know what I'm saying? And like, you know, there's so many talented people that deserve spots, and I just want them to be there.
Yeah.
That's it. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I wish you, you know, much success, and, you know, you as well, bro. And just like this podcast to be as big as possible, and, you know, and if that turns into something else, you know, then that's
cool. Yeah, and just
incredible
keep moving.
too. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's all possible. It's all there for the taking. You just can never quit. That's the only catch. Like, literally just never quit. Like,
Never
even when it gets
stop.
hard, like, even when, like, you know, I've had like co-hosts in the past, like, just stop like fucking with you, or just like not have the same enthusiasm as you, bro. Sorry, you gotta leave them behind. Keep going, keep going, keep going. You know what I'm saying? And don't let anybody slow you down, drag you down. I've had a lot of friends, you know, with me from the beginning, and I've seen like some of the things that they've kind of fallen victim to, and like maybe their personal life, and they've like allowed it to like stop them from what they're doing. I fortunately never have. Like, I've always had a no excuse mentality. I remember my mom was in the hospital. She just had a stroke, and I was like, I'll be right back. I'm gonna go interview G Perico. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's like, mind you, G Perico 2017 is not that big of an artist, but to me it mattered. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, you have to make those sacrifices, and, you know, no matter how many breakups or whatever the case it might be, it's like, I never let go of the dream. I never let go of my responsibility to myself, my expectation of myself, that like, if I'm telling myself I'm recording a show every Monday, then I need to hold myself to that standard no matter what the fuck is going on. You know what I'm saying? So to all the people out there that like watches, like, bro, never stop, never slow down, never quit. Just keep going. You'll be surprised how many people will stop. What's up with these hats? Can I get one? They're hard.
Yeah, right here. Yeah, bro. I mean, I can get you one, bro. We got some for you.
I'm looking at it, I'm like, that's pretty fire.
Yeah, this is kind of like my staple hat, I think. Is what I've been
brand?
rocking. Yeah,
Okay,
yeah. The whole
fire.
dream. Yeah, the whole anything with dreams you see, yeah, it's me.
This too? Dream Team?
Yeah,
There we go. Okay, fire. Yeah, I really like the hat. It reminds me of, I have a Dodger hat,